Okay, now here's a great site for artists. It's called Patreon, like patronage, you know, Patreon, Patreon.com. Man, I interviewed the guy, you know, about a year ago, and a year later, he's already giving out $1 million a month to artists. Graphic designers, dancers, photographers, anything. $1 million a month. I said, wow, how is that going to happen? When I first talked to him, I said, I don't know what's going on. You know, nobody does. And the experts are really, you know, they get you trapped into something. You have to learn by yourself anyway. And so get a little bit of knowledge, try something, pick your butt up, and try it again. There's an interesting one for teachers and education. Pick my class. The teacher wants some money to do something like that. Go on a field trip, buy a new computer in their class or something like that. And that's a fellow, I think everybody in his family were teachers and he just wants to help them. See, see, this is a .org. Look at those websites that are .org. They're most non-profit and they're not out to rip as much money out of your pocket as possible. The other one, big one on that, I don't have an interview for yet, but DonorsChoose.org. Donors, D-O-N-O-R-S, choose, C-H-O-O-S-E.org. That's a big one for teachers to get funding for things they want to do. Here's one just for sports. Like if you're a pretty good golfer where you live, and hey, I want to go on the tour, the mini tour for a little bit, and you raise money for that, or you want to go to a camp to develop your skill to be a tennis player or something, you raise money on that just for sports people. Well, here's one, superiorideas.org. This is for the University in Michigan, and it's a place for academics to raise money for their research projects, getting research grant money. Do it online. You don't have to go to a nonprofit or a government agency or something. No, you get research. Man, I have interviewed this guy who was studying something on horses, and he raised $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 so he could do this research on horses. How about bands and even speakers? Gig Funder is a place that actually fans could get their band to come into town when they get enough people say, hey, we'll come and buy tickets. So they can buy tickets ahead of time. That gets the band in town. Pretty cute little site. Pledge Music. Man, that's another thing. That's for musicians and bands and stuff like that. And what's interesting about that is that, man, when I talk to the guys, they have an 80% success rate. So 80% of the people, you know, the musicians on that website that want to get money, make their quota. Man, 80%. You're not going to get that anywhere. Okay, now for business money, again, those general websites are all business money. You could go for anything. You take a look at the samples, you know, like Indiegogo and GoFundMe and Kickstarter, all those general sites we mentioned earlier. They all help businesses. But here's just loan money for businesses. Those other money are not loan. This is just loan money. And see, what's neat about the loan money is cheaper. What they're doing now is they're trying to get local people, give money, loan money to local entrepreneurs. So again, they're invested, you know, and they know, because then you have a marketing person too. If somebody owns, like, you know, you start a restaurant, I loan you money for your restaurant, and then I feel like an owner. So, you know, you treat me special when I come in. I'm going to tell people about your restaurant and everything because I want to make sure I get my money back. But more importantly, the rates they could charge, because all it is all electronic. No big fat cats, you know, sitting behind some big office building or whatever it is. No, the overhead is so small that the interest rates are a fraction of what you get at a bank. So there's investnextdoor.com, new little site. Woman does this, terrific. She was in community development first and saw that was, hey, that's the problem with this world. Small businesses can't get the money, so she's helping them. CommunitySourceCapital.com. I mean, there's another small group trying to get money for local entrepreneurs to do something at good rates. So the bank don't, you know, when you need money, usually the bank doesn't want to give you money, you know, unless you don't need it. So this is for people who need money. Fundingcommunity.com. You know, that's another thing. You know, it's small loans, you know, at reasonable rates. And here's another one, just to finance inventory, or not only inventory, but receivables. P2BI.com. I was on the phone right before I got this, and some guy had a big deal down in the Bahamas. I told him about them. Well, here's Zidisha, I'm sorry, ZIDISHA.org. This nice young woman, has thousands and thousands of people she helped in underdeveloped countries start businesses with loans. Very cheaper loans that they can get in the bank. And again, it's a .org. Another one like that. I don't have an interview with them, but some people have used them. Zip.kiva.org. Kiva is a big crowdfunding thing all over, mostly in underdeveloped. This is their U.S. branch that helps small businesses. Listen to this, 0% interest, 0 fees for small business loans. Man, SBA is going to go out of business. And so are the banks, if more people know about this. And there's 2 other things I don't have interviews for, but I've interviewed somebody who uses both of these, an expert on these, lendingclub.com and prosper.com. They're the 2 big ones. I mean, they do billions and billions of dollars of business of loans that are cheaper than the banks. So many people that now, when they have credit card debt, they're going to these 2 websites, and getting loans at a cheaper rate to pay off their credit card, and they make money doing that, So it's a great place to check. And again, it's a crowd. See, where they get the money is people. This is a good place to invest your money. Maybe you make more than in the stock market or anything else, because you lend it to people out there, and the only place is a middleman is the website. See, and so the overhead is nothing. That's why the bureaucracies and the infrastructure, man, that's going to be going, because we could do all this electronically, and none of these high-priced middlemen are embedded. Now, the other way in business money is equity. That means you get a partner. Somebody, it's like getting married. Somebody wants a piece of you. And there's a lot of websites for that. Simbid, that's for crowdfunding. Actually, this one does 3. Crowdfunding, loans, and investors. Or ProHatch, they do crowdfunding and investors. Now, the investors are rich investors. There's a lot of investment money out there, and only fat cats could invest on the internet in crowdfunding. Soon it's going to be anybody, you and I, and now you have to have an income of like $200,000 to be an investor. But you could go and look for these investors on these websites here that I'm telling you about, and because you don't have to be rich to have a business, you have to be rich to invest in a business. And so you can put your businesses there to find investors, and that's what's so you have Simbid, ProHatch, TrueCrowd, My Micro Invest, Bank to the Future, and all of these things some of them are even in Europe, but they don't care. If you're an American company, they got fat cats over there that will be happy to invest in it. So it doesn't matter. You could, for your bar you're going to open up down the street, people in Europe will fund you. You just have to know about it. Now that's going to change, and here truecrowd.com, that's in the new. There's a new law they've been talking about for years, the last 3 years, and every month they say it's going to be next month, and that's where individuals can invest, not just the fat cats, into businesses in an equity. So I could have a business. And so that means a small business can raise capital. If they do that now through investors, it really, you have to go to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and that takes forever, and so now it's going to be small investors will be able to go on a website. It's available in some states, I think, like Illinois, Texas. Here's a website in Texas, truecrowd.com. They do that in Texas. So if you live in Texas, have a business in Texas, you could get, $100 a piece from 1,000 people in Texas and $100,000 for your business. Nowhere else you could do that, but you will be able to do that soon. Sterling Funder, that's another one of those websites. Okay, the other kind of website I think is very important are those that are really help people with hardship or bad times or medical bills or problems in their life or society and things like that, and I consider them special because there's some place you could go to and either for yourself and your own family get, like you have a dental bill that it's unheard of and you can't get out of it. Well, here's a way to do that, get money for that. Or somebody down the street, man, their husband just died, they don't know what to do. You could go on here and raise money for them. And so that's what's neat about these sites. You have a chance to be a superhero. And the big ones, that I have here, I talked to most of these already, and I have interviews like Give Forward. Crowdfunding.com. Yeah, that's what they do. Just help people like that. A lot of it with medical bills. We still have a lot, even with Obamacare. People start youcaring.com. Look at one of these sites and just see the kinds of help they give. And again, it costs you nothing to do it on. Nothing, and there's very little effort to do a website. They're really make it easy for anybody because they want you to do that and raise the money. The hard part is getting people to know about it. mycause.com.au. That's a lady in Australia runs a site like that. Very successful. Causewish.com. That's another one. Cause to Fund is another one. And that's why we have the power now in all of our hands to just do exciting things without money. Sure, it's going to take you effort, to figure out how to do this, figure out how to get people to your website and everything. These people, and most of them, the big ones, you are not going to get a lot of help with. But the smaller ones, man, they want to help you, because if you make money, they're making money. You don't get any money, they don't get any money. The big guys don't care as much. And that's it. But I think the main thing is to be careful about people. You'll search the internet for help, and people are there to charge you hundreds, charge you thousands of dollars to help you with your crowdfunding site. And unless you have money to burn and you don't care, man, no. I mean, that's like, to me, it's almost like hiring a mercenary soldier to fight for your country. They're not going to fight. Maybe they enjoy killing people, but it's not going to be the same as it's you, and you're behind there, and you're making the decision because it's your life, and you'll be able to grab opportunities better than anybody who's doing this for you. And if you learn a skill like this, you could learn yourself, and then you'll be able to use it again and again for the rest of your life anytime you need something. If you're going to be helpless and give money to people, and that's why I always say the best businesses I used to start with people aimed at rich people, because they have a lot of money and too lazy, right? But the best things that are important for you is to learn as much yourself so you can get more out of it and contribute more out of it, and really learn what works for you. Everything in life works differently for all of us, and we have to learn what works for us. And the only way to do that is to get out there and try it yourself.